Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of My Fix It Up Life Makes. In this case, fixes. I like my old signs. How to fix a block wall. We've all seen these sort of prefab concrete masonry-esque retaining walls. They're all over the place. There's millions of them. And I see a lot of this. Just the blocks are gone, the wall moves, the glue that they use to hold it together breaks, so you need to fix it. And I can see a fissure running right down this wall that freed this up. So what do? Well, you got to fix it. And to do that, I bring a couple of things along with me. The first one is I go gorilla on it with some construction adhesive. This kind of thing needs some super rock solid, get all the way in and grab it hard glue. So I go with the Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. It's an all surface, all purpose. So it's gonna stick to your woods, your masonries, or if you're from where I'm from, some people call it masonry. Landscape stuff, trim paneling, basically it's sticky. And that's what I wanna use right here in how to repair a brick or block or concrete or masonry retaining wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few things to make the job easier, faster, and for you to do it neater. So the first thing after the glue and the caulk gun that I like to have is a utility knife with a sharp blade. And I want to cut the nozzle just at a little bit of an angle. This is more for caulking, but I don't want to just whack the top of that off, and there's no need for that. Now the other thing with Gorilla Glue is that unlike other tubes, it has an interior seal. So what I do with that is I unthread this, then I'm going to get after the top of this, again, utility knife. And I'm going to try to do this gracefully here. And I'll share one other tip with you right now. So you can see this come off. Easy. If you're fighting really hard with your utility knife, it's not that this plastic is hard, it's probably that the blade's dull. So a sharp blade makes life easier. Now I want to puncture this tube. I really don't need to. See, out it comes. So that will show you why. Typically for a caulk tube, I use a scratch-awl to puncture the seal. I don't need that here. But what I do need, I guess you could use paper towels, but you know, I prefer a shop rag. So I have it in case of spills, in case I do something wrong. Next thing I'm going to do is put this nozzle back on, wait for the sun to come out, so hopefully, one, there's no sweat left in my body at the end of this, and two, you can't see because I'm shooting into the sun. The next thing is I remove the broken piece. What I'm going to want to do is go underneath it and use an abrasive brush like this wire brush that has a scraper on it. And I'm going to want to just kind of knock down anything that's there. And the reason is I don't want the old heap of whatever adhesive is in here to hold the block up too much. It isn't really this complicated. I'm just talking a lot. You want it to be clean so you get as much glue on the block as possible so that they connect to each other. And no matter how good glue is, it doesn't stick to air, and it doesn't stick to dust, and it doesn't stick to dirt and all kinds of debris. So take 2 seconds with that. Take 2 more seconds with this for the same reason. Then get it all nicey nice. Make sure you keep your orientation on this. The last thing you want to do, and it would be easy, is to glue the top. So keep your front to your front and keep your bottom up. So now I can twist the tube and just apply this glue. Get a nice thick bead on here. And I've got a weird shape in here, as usual with these things. And then I'll try to mimic that up here. I can see the old glue line, so I'll follow that. And I'll just do this. I'm going to do a uniform coverage. I'm going to follow my shadow lines from the previous installation and not go past them. So I'll show you this right here. So there's the shadow line from the previous installation, right where my thumb is, and right here. So I didn't go past it. Now, whether or not I make contact with this oddball shape, I shouldn't do this. I'll try to remember exactly where the camera was. See that? I gotta make that match that. And I gotta go back to that. So hopefully you can see. Okay, so last step is to make the connections. And I want to make sure I'm gonna line up my edges before I'm smushing glue around. It doesn't have to be surgery, it's a retaining wall. But that's it. So I've made my connections. It's just like it was. Now, I take all my stuff, I clean up, and I end the video, and I say thank you for watching. If you like this video, we have more on YouTube, youtube.com/myfixituplife, and we have more information, videos, articles, design, DIY, how-to, and home fixes at myfixituplife.com. And man, do we post cool stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So thank you, I appreciate you being here, and as we say every time, we'll see you on the next go around.